And what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and start live stream on week number 4 for today's live summit event in Le Crew 2. So French. This was a themed summon to be related to have French vehicles for only 6 events and 3 skills by the exception. About this themed event, this one is now being original from starting out on August 28th through September 4th, 2019, and just gonna have to be served as the first rerun will be returned in March 11 through 18 of 2020. But now, this event is about to go and set as a second rerun for this part of Season 13 in today's live summit event as part of the USB Tour Cities. So I hope you guys did a good job out there to be racing in Seattle after week number 3. Moving on forward to go in week number 4 will be take place in San Francisco, California. Another round of the touring car discipline, and this is going to get much more prouder and very excited for having a main part of this week's live summon. We'll be doing a follow-up to be served as a second rerun in So French, so just going to keep an eye out to have a rerun in the sequel of the same title. But that's not all, because this is going to get much more fine extra good news. We'll be featuring to have Elite Bundle number 13 will be using to have a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR, Porsche 917K, and the Maserati MC20. But good thing I just purchased for only one bundle, along with the event bundle is now being served as recommend. So you guys might gonna have to get these 3 cars will be said to be served as a bundle exclusive period before it will be finishing up soon. So I had to get ready up and go, and gonna have to take this part of the live stream video session in this part of the theme summon from April Fool's opening. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the session down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now, it's time to get ready to go for today's live summit event in So French. Let's begin. It takes 6 several mixed events for the recap on April Fool's opening turns out to become great and much more challenging to have a combo event for only one hovercraft will be facing with some 7 motocross bike in Whoop territory. But after all, because only one part of the follow-up catch-up is going to be quite very much more important, is going to have to step it up and work hard to have a good elevation and tight turns to be doing some main strategies to be using for only one hovercraft vehicle. But good thing mastering in the Proto Bumblebee X is actually to have a one tricky skill to be well handled to be doing some slightly speed and light turn on the handling. But after all, because climbing up to be on the Platinum in 3,282nd place to get the Unicorn Rooftop to be listed as a rare vanity. Other players who have already owned the Kalakai edition to the Volkswagen Beetle, and that makes new players will have to get this one if you're going to have to be ended up in gold. So let's proceed and going enter to have some new rewards, as week number 4 will be entered for today's challenge to get on the progress in the Motor Pass. So with changes in So French will be served as a rerun, so we got some 2 types of vanity, is the French touch smoke, and the tire is now going to be quite giving much more French type related. But in the meantime, because you might gonna have to get the Bugatti Divo Magma Edition is now set to be as a platinum reward. Other players have already got it, that means extra earnings will be served as a bonus. Let's have a good check to be on the menu and go proceed to have some new rewards by having 8 content to have a main progress in the tiers. Stopping at tier number 48 to be climbing up. Here we have the US Speed Tour Cities Underglow has now acquired. Bugs Pack has now been received to be served as an extra. And here's the Koku Horn listed as a common. Okay, very good. More crew credits added by 5,000. 15 motor stars is now going jump up and boosted. Pulsar Nitro, check and acquired. Now, this is going to get much more fine special to have a set for a special car, Drip Discipline, and have 7 type of loop parts to be labeled in Legendary Bundle. But good thing acquired to have a Pulse Racing suit is now being acquired as well after purchasing to have two choices between the regular, premium, and going exclusive. But this outfit looks so very good. So it'll have to take last 3 content tiers will be stopped at tier number 49 and 50. Sorry for the wait, folks, so gonna have to be ready up and have all kinds of different French vehicles will go recommend will be served and doing some changes, and especially to have 3 force vehicles to be well set in restrictions. So let's go and proceed on to escape in Port Isabel for having a solemn will be dropping on water-based vehicle. But it'll have to be patient, so I gotta have to be wait until New Orleans will be coming up soon. Preparation is gonna have to go auto switch vehicle to be using with a voucher 1414 Demon will be at the ready. Okay, there we are right now. Located in the south Gulf of New Mexico. But this place might be quite giving a good sightseeing view out there, but very tight, very challenging. Okay, looks like it might be quite very complicated that there's one player in the way. Okay, just gonna slow down and... Okay, there's a boat blocking in the way. There we go. It's so hard to be figured out. Okay, so that makes 13,191 points. But don't worry, folks, because I'm still gonna have to work hard and just gonna have to get down to it, because exactly to have this part of the skill is very challenging to be located in Port Isabel. So let's go, and gonna have to do it right. This part of the area is very challenging for the powerboat discipline, but slightly to go lighter, but it'll have to be much more usable to be using with jet sprint disciplines. Just gonna slow down and keep a good patient time to be doing a U-turn. Okay, very good, so gonna have to take a good time remaining. Make one push, tighter, and slower as it goes. So that makes 17,292 points for only one part of the attempt. But clearly, I just already did one skill to be checked and complete, so now it's being updated in 143,313 points. One skill down, 2 to go, and let's go on to be at a low altitude in old Louisiana. Grab 2 types of airplane between air race or aerobatics discipline, folks. This is gonna have to go quicker and going low altitude to be flying around into the skies. Let's get in position, fly very low, multiplier will be set and active. Gonna have to do it quick, and just gonna have to find a good perfect position, or during the main risk we'll have to use the highways. There we go, looks like main objective complete. Better watch out for the contact onto the street lights. Okay, close call on the trees. Change up the different direction. Crazier as it goes, and try not to touch and go. So daring to extreme, folks. I can do this all day and just gonna have to stay in the air. 15,661 points. That should do it good. And updated for having one attempt to be received over 100,000 points, added with 11,860 points. So that's how just gonna have to go with inverted flight will be going quicker and be much more adjusted. I can't say because this has got to be much more challenging to go test it and be well prepared to be using with any kinds of 2 types of airplane discipline. So gonna have to be sure and moving on forward to be at New Orleans to have an escape skill will be going faster and feel the high speed to be well French-tastic. I can't say because French cars are so beautiful and extreme high performance. I should probably have to try out to have two types of Bugatti for today's video segment. But I know the main purpose to have this part of the location. Just going to go in and make a U-turn. Okay, so gonna have to be sure to have one Bugatti first and then the Chiron 300 plus. But speaking of which, I might gonna have to go down and do the discipline. Just 1 second, folks. Just gonna have to go down and sort it out. Now, it turns out we're having differences between 3 different kinds of Bugattis in the hypercar discipline. The Chiron Carbon Edition, 300 plus, and especially for the Depot. But especially that I just don't have the Chiron in the Crew 2 that we just already got the other one from Gran Turismo 7. But anyway, I have to go and use the UDRS White Star variation on the 2019 standard version of the Bugatti Depot. So I hope I could probably have to go and feel the high speed and then save it for later to have the Magma edition to be set on loan, and I'm about to be tried out. So here I go. Gonna have to be ready. One skill coming up. Take the same path and go high speed to be well electrifying. Okay, very good. Just gonna have to make one clear traffic. No traffic vehicles clear. Just gonna have to be well expected to be well light effect to be well enabled. Okay, there we go. Gonna have to make one overtake on traffic cars. Keep speeding up and go faster to be on the main yard distance before climbing up in 10,000 yards. There you go. Over 300 miles per hour. Keep it up and keep driving. Don't lose balance. All you might need to do is gonna have the traction in case. Looks like it's still going far away from the red zone. Feel the wind and feel the speed. Perfection and go well surpass. 10,000 yards. Now gonna have to go climb up on to 1200,000 yards. So very good, and I just barely made it, folks. 12,218 yards. Magnificent. Now that's what I call a high-speed French hypercar is doing surpass for having one attempt of the record. So beautiful and so proud to be amazed. For having 3 skills to be on a jump start, to be on a slalom, low altitude, and escape by having land, sea, and air all together during the part of the rerun in So French in number 2. So this is going to have to take a perfect time and get ready up to have the Bugatti Depot Magma Edition will be racing in Bronx. Take place and located in the East Coast near at New York City. So it's about to get much more standard Depot, but Magma Depot is going to have to go red hot to go faster to have a good touch of a French color to be putting up to have a red, white, and blue all together. But speaking of which, because this part of the addition and variation to have a nice red wall tire to the Depot is now going to be quite giving a good hot touch to be styled to be red trim and white all together. Same per level like the original that has 1500 horsepower and top speed to be adjusted by having a symbol right next to 217 miles per hour. Handling is going semi-expert, classed as an all-wheel drive. This is going to be my first time ever to be tried out with a different Depot as now being titled as a Magma. Emerald Storm Edition is going to be coming up soon, so going to have to be sure to have one reminder notice because one Depot collection is going to have to get started out. Now let's go and feel the speed of a French hypercar tastic. Okay, looks like this part of the Theme Summon is having one event will be going on snow. Just to be cleared, and just gonna have to keep on racing, stay clean, and go quicker to be much more extreme speed. Okay, there we go. Checkpoint proceed. 2.5 seconds is now check on the gap. This different addition to the Bugatti Depot is slightly to have a fully well modification to have this one to be served as a lone vehicle for this part of the Premium Live Summit. But good thing Ubisoft just barely put this car to be returned as a good ordinary hypercar vehicle to be listed to have this good platinum reward. But I can't wait to get this one after one event will be over soon before week number 5 will be coming up. Time to hit the nitro. Stay on the street. Okay, gonna have to keep driving smoothly. Checkpoint clear. Alright, looks like I get the hang of it. Okay, gonna have to slow down. Stay on the road. Have some short time of nitro to kick it up and get back on the speed. There we go, all cleared, and just gonna have to go proceed racing road to Rhode Island. So you know what, folks? I really might have to think about start collecting with Bugatti Depots for this part of the car collection. As we got the standard edition to the same depot, but that might have the Magma edition is going to be listed as a number 2 for the car collection. But the Emerald Storm edition to the same depot will be coming up soon, so we have to keep our eyes checked and keep our eyes peeled for have all kinds of new events and being said to have some reruns as well. I can't say because having a good interest about cars is all about giving some good stories. Okay, gonna have to slow down, be quicker at this time. So magnificent to see this Magma edition to go hotter and beat the cold. Almost there at the finish line. Gonna have to be ready and take it to the podium. 3 minutes, 27.888 seconds. Not bad. Not bad after all. But clearly that needs to do some work. But perfection takes some hard work and faster velocity to have this new part of the edition. So that makes one event check and done for having one Bugatti. And next up, the Chiron Supersport 300 will be racing in the main Highlands East. Speaking of which, because different high-speed performance to the same Bugatti car to have different name and title. But luckily, the Chiron was actually to have a much more better horsepower and feel the sum of the all-wheel drive balance is going to have to kick it up and go adjusted by having 1900 horsepower in the top speed, 306 miles per hour in the per level at 320. So carbon fiber based style and orange trim will be giving a good likely to have a first ever 300 plus addition to the same Chiron as a Super Sport variation. I can't say because this brand new updated version to the Bugatti Chiron is much more powerful than the original. So let's find out and go for the countdown in 3 seconds and hit the green light.
Listen to the engine. It's saying, let's win.
After the snow, Now it's about to go much more having a good clear weather condition to be having a nice spring season. But take a good look at this monstrous horsepower is pretty well surpassed. There goes the active wing spoiler, pops up and going increase the acceleration by taking some main jumps and elevation on the highway. I can't say because the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is becoming much more powerful than the Bugatti Divo. Just like the original, it has all kinds of updated features to the same car and putting up to have this different wide extension on the chassis. So beautiful and so magnificent to see how the carbon fiber is now being treated as a base color and the trims are now being treated as a secondary. But you know something else that might have an extra? Customization parts. That will be giving a good extra plus to see how the Chiron Super Sport 300 that has all kinds of customization options will be served and treated to have a good base color style. But it doesn't include to have this livery design to the Chiron 300 Super Sport Plus is actually to have this unavailable moment. But just checking because this has all kinds of special unique hypercar for this part of the Bugatti brand is much more pretty popular. But on the inside of this interior view, just gonna make one slow down position and there you go. On the inside, it has a good orange trim and carbon fiber is actually to be well exclusive and pretty well unique. But that's not all because it doesn't show any kinds of different color selection along with some livery variation. But after all, because vanities should be well applied and be compatible to choose any kinds of different tastes and different styles whenever you like to pick. So gonna have to kick on in, almost there to be at 75% in the progression. This has got a lot of good extreme speed to be driving on the road and the track itself. Time for the shortcut. There you go. Quickly and do well proceed. But I cannot believe it. This is going to be so beautiful to be racing on a track. We're almost there to have another checkpoint as the finish line comes in earlier. Just in time and record attempt in 3 minutes 16.301 seconds as 400,000 followers has been earned. Yes, 130,685 points in the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is a 100% thumbs up race complete. So French is so beautiful to see how the Chiron Super Sport 300 makes a very good extreme high performance hypercar in the Crew 2. Now, next up we're having a street race event. Trying out with a third generation Renault Megane RS is going to have to be take place in downtown Detroit. One French hatchback has entered to go back in Motor City. So it is going to get much more prouder and well French-tastic to see driving with French cars at a very proud moment. But in the meantime, because racing in Central Valley for only rallycross discipline, Great Sand Dune for the rally raid, and Wreck and Habit for having a mixed event for only one rally raid vehicle. So feast your eyes, you guys, because putting up to have this different kind of French variation to the new Renault Megane RS is about to have all kinds of good colors of red, white, and blue in European styles in French. White tires, lab underglow is now being comboed as a red and white. Blue nitro and a window is now being placed and adding up the per level in 280 with 509 horsepower in the top speed, 227 miles per hour. Let's give it a go and feel the good taste of a French racing hatchback will be on the streets. But especially to have different opponents will be joining session to be on the grid. So let's go and race in nighttime. Let's get it on and race with one muscle car, one NSX, and a Ford Focus. Alright, just going to give it a go because the feel of the driving is now having a front engine layout. Pretty good to have an understeer hatchback car to be driving and do some quick turns to do some main objectives. I can't say because every FF cars in France is actually to become much more popular, just like the first and second generation of the Renault Megane. But this one is a third generation that has all kinds of different features and different styles with a chassis that has all kinds of customization options in the Crew 2. On the inside of the interior view, this has got a lot of good French style to be served as a third generation, and it has a GPS is now being included. So very cool and very much more technology to be driving in the year 2018 to have this model. Gonna have to step it up and go quicker because taking on the main objective for only one French hatchback is gonna have to go challenging and will defend. Almost there at the end of the first lap. Let's go lap number 2. Okay, looks like one French can actually have to race around in Motor City. I'll have to take it and do quick understeer to be on the inside of part of every route and corners to be on the streets. Kick it up and go for gear number 4. Checkpoint, proceed, and surpass that turn. Kissase. I would have to do one shortcut. Almost there to have 84% progression. Oof. How improving is it, you guys? Just to be cleared, and just gonna have to stay steady and more quicker to be having an FF drivetrain hatchback car. Let's go on in. Final stretch. Finish line is now check and done. Alright, so it looks like that might have some slightly changes out there to be need some more room on the legendary bundle. But another part and a follow-up catch-up to be driving in the new Renault Megane RS is very so beautiful as a third generation to this day. So that makes 3 events cleared, only 3 more to go. We'll be ready up and go off-road racing. Now, just going to go and race on Central Valley for the Rallycross discipline, and that means for only one recommended French rally car we'll be using for the Citroën C3 Racing. But it has all kinds of different changes ever since from the original and rerun to have one part of the Rallycross vehicle to be set on restriction. But any days, because this event will be treated to have a no restriction for every Rallycross vehicle whenever you want to pick. So I'm all set and good to go to have the Citroën C3 Racing at the ready. And let's go. Central Valley for only one French rally car will be going starting in onto the grid.
3, 2,
This is going to get much more challenging and give a good spirit of French racing. Now let's go.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
Okay, I know what to do, just like racing in a Cadillac Escalade in Forcer units. Just going to go on in quicker and do some slide turns to be quicker on the elevation. But at the time, because the strategy is going to have to get much more simple and more grip to be well exactly by the example. So that makes 1 lap clear. Go to the Joker to have a main queue as the advantage. There we go. Splash into the water, slide around, and go drifting on the dirt. Round and round it goes. Next lap for another, we'll have to take another stunt and keep a good progress to be well clean. Yeah, looks like it's going extreme, and kick it up and push it to the max. Final lap, folks. This has got a lot of good skill and giving a good French taste of spirit. So let's go, go, go. Finish line is now check and confirm. 1 minute, 37.807 seconds is now set and complete. Okay, so that should be having 1 reminder to have a legendary bundle earned. So 106,090 points is now set and cleared. Alright, 2 more events to go, and let's go. Rally Raid will be ready to go up the road. Now, gonna have to be ready to take on in the Great Sandu first, and then wrecking havoc in Miami for having a combo event. So, this is gonna get much more proud French racing car and rally car, but however, a Rally Raid vehicle would be more likely to be raced on in ever since from the Paris-Dakar Rally for every season. It looks so very popular to have Rally Raid vehicles to go explore racing in Paris and Dakar. Just hang on and go by the filters to be recommended, and have the Peugeot 3008 DKR Maxi will be doing feature for today's Rally Raid event. Just you wait and see how the progress will have to go climb up and be well successful to be doing well enabled in the Platinum. So 1 Rally Raid event coming up, and let's roll.
Faster! Seriously, go faster!
Yeah, looks like it feels so great, daring, and much more off-road racing extreme. Good thing the 3008 DKR Maxi is about to be ready to race onto the sand and doing some tight jumps and slippery elevation to be well slide around to the sand. Here it comes, airborne to the jump, quick refill on the nitrous gauge. Okay, where am I thinking? Just might need to stick it to the main focus. Okay, there we go. Jump whenever you like to do it, because quick refill is going to be your best friend if you're going to have to climb up and go improvement. Haha, yes, looks like gonna have to keep jumping in and riding onto the desert. Area checkpoint clear, halfway point in 50%. Now gonna have to slide down and jump on top of the hill. 16 seconds on the gap. Doing good and doing well. Okay, gonna have to ride around onto the hill. Feels great and drive freely. Almost at 75% here and now. Checkpoint going A cleared. And much more exceed acceleration by over 130 miles per hour by doing some jumping elevation. So let's go, 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 and take it to the finish line to have one good clear approaching direction. And touchdown by the finish line, viewers. 30 motor stars earned, and I am rocking out and rally raid successful in the Great Sand Dune. 142,381 points. Yeah! Now this is gonna have my perfect time to go again after one video segment is about to go complete. I just had a huge success rally raid for only one round, and then just gonna have to go for a combo event for having a second round in the rally raid in Wreck and Habit. Monster truck event and rally raid cars will be taking over for this week's Steam Summon. Is gonna get much more proud French racing to be hit the streets between the off-roads of the south of Florida. Just give me one moment. This has got to be a most awesome combo event during the part of So French is now being served as the original first rerun, and then the second rerun is going to have to go off-road racing for the Pescia 3008 DKR Maxi to see how wrecking around and go racing havoc in the south of Florida. Gonna have to be sure and make your efforts to go harder and quicker, just like driving in the monster truck in the same event. But at the time, because you'll have to go quicker and make a good line direction when you're doing an airborne jump. So here I come and go for 3 seconds. We'll be facing with some 3 monster truck versus 1 rally raid. Let's roll and squeeze right in.
Sending happy winning thoughts.
For the last part of the event, take place for having a different condition in the sunset. Well, earlier morning, by the way, because different direction is gonna have to keep on in and go for having an early morning racing, as the party will be start to crash. So let's turn over here onto the left, make our way and hit the beach. Okay, looks like things are about to get smashing around with some couple of objects. Hold it in, aim towards the next checkpoint. That's better. Going proceed and entered into the alley. Okay, there goes the objects being taken down. And there's a jump. I'll take it and get back onto the side of the beach. Looks like this race is about to go spring break extravaganza, folks. Only in the live summit event in the Crew 2, but French cars with rally raid cars will go awesome and daring extreme. But here it comes, and gonna have to be sure to be splashed right in. Checkpoint almost there. Going cleared. 10% to go remaining. Last stretch. And there you go. Alright. Looks like 2 minutes, 6.743 seconds is now checked and done. Second rerun of So French is now 100% complete and needs to have a follow-up catch-up by updated to be climbing up from gold into platinum. So good, and needs to do some work because I got 2 events that needs to go climb up onto 100,000 points. Street race in the new Renault Megane RS and Bugatti Divo Magma Edition that needs to have one other thing to get quicker and needs some more work in about 1 day left, as So French will be over soon. So what do you guys think about participate in the rerun for the second time in So French as part of the live summon for this part of the current season? For me, the Bugatti Depot Magma Edition in Bronix is very challenging and much more well default to be on the main stock performance compared to the original edition to the same depot, but that will be much more good and quicker to be climbing up and surpassed to be entered onto the platinum rank. But I'm at the goal to be in 11,880 place in about 1 day left. Second, because the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus in the main Highlands East. So faster, quicker, and much more successful to be served as an updated version from the original Chiron. But I kinda like it because carbon based style and color trims is more likely to have all kinds of different customization is now being treated and being well served to be having a full body style color without having a carbon based style. But to me, because having 2 events in Rally Raid by using the same Pescia 3008 DKI Maxi is actually to have much more prouder to be more driving extreme, but the DKR Maxi is very much more prouder and driving to be served as a Rally Raid vehicle. So, hang on 1 second. Well, I can't think because this one is going to be the first one ever yet to be served as a second rerun. But I can't wait to have another rerun in So French 2 as we're about to find out soon enough in the later future. So coming up in the next live summit event, we'll be taking on in Wheels Clash for having next 4 rewards and a preview we'll be having a good look to see. Alright, so looks like we got some good motorcycle vehicles and 4 wheels to be set on no restriction for having 2 street race and a hypercar for having a combo event. So looks like Miami will be coming up soon in week number 5, and that means a perfect opportunity will be racing in Seattle and San Francisco as part from week number 3 and week number 4 that we are currently at. Okay, very perfect. So I hope I'll have to be there and see some good motorcycle racing action to see how it turns out. But after Wheels Clash, we're having motorcycles and 4 wheels to have 1 vehicle to be well dropping up onto the main part of the event. 70s Racing Glory will be coming up as well. Porsche 935 2.0 Coupe Baby Old Timer Edition on the Platinum, along with a striped Squad X tire on the Common, exterior parts between the first or second generation Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. More followers to be on the 200,000 is now going onto the paint pack. And then April 26th through May 3rd, the agency is about to go for having a deemed summon ever since from the same title of the update. Clearly because there will be some take 1 or take 2 events on different parts that related onto the agency. But there's also to have some custom parts for the Jaguar E-Type Series 1 Roadster is now being listed as a silver reward category, along with a new type of vanity, the agency tire, will be listed on the rare. Time to wrap this up, folks, because this part of the live stream video segment from here until now, I'll have to be sure and go participate on 2 events as a follow-up catch-up. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for a notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.